Welcome to Breaking the Cycle with Dr. Simply Ann, where we confront the pain, expose the patterns, and unlock the power to heal. Real stories, real people, and real testimony. Before we start, I would like to thank Addictive Hair Launch for this beautiful hairstyle. Always having me, camera ready. If you're looking for a hairstyle, pixie style just like mine, check them out on Backstreet, Rachel and the girls, for this awesome, beautiful hairstyle. But tonight, we want to discuss. So many people live with invisible wounds. I used to be one of them, carrying pain that no one sees, fighting battles no one understands. Tonight, we're going to be talking to a beautiful, dynamic lady. Her name is Prophetess Natalie, all the way from Zimbabwe, visiting the island of St. Martin for the first time. Our topic tonight is from trauma to triumph. How God can take the very things that broke us and use them to build purpose and destiny. Help me welcome my guest tonight, Prophetess Natalie from all the way Zimbabwe. Natalie, how are you doing?
I'm awesome. Thank you so much for having me, and
How is St. Martin thus far?
love it. I love the food.
Most people do. Most people do. So, Prophetess Natalie is a woman whose story embodies redemption, healing. Together tonight, we're going to talk about how she rose from pain to now living a life with purpose, intentionally
Mm,
purpose. So, Natalie, let's go right into it. Let's go back into the beginning of your journey.
mm,
Share it with our audience,
mhm,
because you always talk about your journey was not an easy one. Can
mhm,
you take us back to the moment where your healing, your journey began, when
mhm,
you realized that God was calling you to rise from the same thing
mhm.
that hurt you, broke you, from that pain? Take us back.
Wow. Thank you so much for this opportunity once again to share my story and to be vulnerable. Well, where do I even begin?
Mm,
I'll just say maybe for the sake of time, I'll just say my healing journey began the moment I realized I need to stop pretending.
ooh, mm,
The moment I realized I was just hiding behind the lipstick, behind the titles,
mm,
national titles, the crowns, the sashes, behind the achievements,
yeah.
sometimes, the awards. And, in particular, what actually happened, I had gone through a heartbreak. And it's only then that I realized, and allow me to be vulnerable again.
Yeah.
And can you believe I started dating at 13,
Ooh,
right? And at 13, from 13 years until the age of 28, I had never been single. In fact, let's not say until 28, let me tell you the truth.
she's getting very vulnerable.
Until now, I've never been single for a day.
Wow.
I used to think that's a flex. And I used to say, pretty girls don't last on the street. But guess what? You know how it is as a woman? There's always that one person who's bugging you, maybe in your inbox,
Yeah.
maybe at work, maybe they're, I don't know, they've seen you from somewhere. Because as
Mm,
women, men usually do the chasing, right? So
yes.
whether you've bathed, whether you look good or you don't look good, you're in the shop, somebody is after you.
Yeah.
So what I realized is during that heartbreak, there was somebody who was after me, and I was telling them, no, I've got a man. It was a 6-year relationship getting into 7. Well, actually, in our 7th year.
Hmm.
Then we broke up. It was so hard. Reality hit that I'm going to be alone.
Oh,
And I'd never been alone.
yeah.
So when somebody just quickly texted me, like a normal text, I opened my heart to them.
Wow.
Fear of abandonment.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought I couldn't be alone. That's when I realized, wait a minute, I've never been single, not for a day.
Wow. Wow.
That was toxic. I had to introspect. I had to introspect. And it really clicked. And I took my wounds to God and I said, Father, I think I have a crisis. Yeah. And the rest is history.
Wow. Wow. And Natalie, thank you for being so vulnerable. Um, and I know there's so many ladies watching us tonight
Mm-hmm.
that is always afraid of being alone. In this case, relationship. But speaking to many people, I know that many are even just be afraid to not have someone to talk to, someone around, not being able to be alone with their own thoughts,
Mm-hmm.
with their own self, their own
Mm-hmm.
emotion,
Mm-hmm.
to be able to now confront
Mm-hmm.
what we call your own demons,
Mm-hmm.
because you're so busy being busybody, always
Mm-hmm.
around music, TV,
Mm-hmm.
phone, chatting, texting,
Mm-hmm.
whatever have you, that you never get a chance to pause,
Mm-hmm.
to pause and think what you're thinking,
Mm-hmm.
to focus what we're thinking. And I
Mm-hmm.
know there's so many ladies tonight, but we're going to continue going into who Natalie is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go into what was your hardest experience in life that you had to face
Mm-hmm.
that shaped you to become Natalie that I met about
Mm-hmm.
3 weeks ago, who you are
Mm.
today.
A lot of hard experiences and a lot, Doc. I would say for me, the first one that really hit hard was when I was raped at 13 years. It was a gang rape,
Oh,
and I couldn't open up because I felt I contributed to it. I was where I was not supposed to have been. So I couldn't open up that this had happened to me.
yeah.
And after being
Mhm.
raped, I was kicked out. I was kicked out. I felt cheap. I didn't like myself.
Yeah.
I felt like a dog, if I may name it that way. I don't know how a dog feels,
Mm.
but that thing that people can just,
Kick you in.
some will love, but some can kick,
Mm-hmm.
so that really contributed a lot to what I ended up doing. I remember now because of the stress and everything, and because of a lot of spiritual things that were happening to me growing up, seeing things, and I wasn't trained in the prophetic.
Mm-hmm.
So one day I stumbled upon alcohol in the supermarket. It was a pina colada,
Mm-hmm.
a bottle with coconuts and pineapples and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it's a normal drink. Bought two at 13. Guess what, Doc? I got into my room just to drink, doing my homework. Started feeling a little dizziness, and I said, "Wow, this is nice. What is this?" And I noticed 5% alcohol. Wow. That was the beginning of my drinking journey. From drinking, I ended up getting from alcohol, from ciders, I ended up graduating to wine, from wine to whiskeys, from whiskeys to drugs,
My goodness.
cocaine, marijuana, different types of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a mess. I messed up a lot. I was an embarrassment to my family because some things I would end up doing, you'd think,
Yeah. Yeah.
So there were a lot of things actually. So all those things, I also then believe now that God permitted so that I would be able to look at a person tomorrow. Because now I'm a woman of God. I'm clergy. Not only that, but I'm also now a mental health therapist, a systemic counselor. So when I see a person, I'm able to see beyond the training and the
Yeah.
work ethics and everything, beyond the prophetic. I'm able to see and feel what they are feeling.
Yeah.
I've been rejected. I've messed up. I've been accused because of having a past. So I know what it means to be accused when you haven't done anything.
Yeah.
I know what it means to be misunderstood when you're just taking alcohol to cope with what you've gone through. I know what it means to be looked at and people are thinking you're crazy and you're a woman, you're smoking and people are thinking you're a prostitute.
Yeah.
I know what it means. So that made me become this empathetic person
Yes.
who wants to help others. So even in those ordeals in my dramas, I sincerely wanted to help people, even when I was drunk. So every time I even would go out and I'm smoking and I'm drinking and I'm seeing somebody being, I don't know, I would stand up for them.
Yeah.
And I would counsel them before I even had a counseling qualification.
Yeah.
I would want to just sit there and hear their story, hear them vent and cry, and I give them a shoulder, something that I felt I never had.
My goodness.
Yeah.
Oh, this is very deep, and Natalie, there's so many, of course, out there that we go into alcohol, we go into the drugs, we go into all kinds of defensive mechanism or coping mechanism to be able to suppress what we are really feeling or not address it or not even talk about it. And you said about this gang rape. At what age did you really spoke out about it? Did you really confront that? Oh my goodness, this really happened to me because of alcohol and drugs and stuff like that. They will make you kind of forget about it, but it really is there. When did you really face that this happened to me and now I need to deal with it?
I was only 28.
Wow.
When I'd finally broken down. After that 6-7 year relationship that had broken, and I had reached the end of myself.
Yeah.
And during that relationship, I had tried to commit suicide 3 times. And so my world had just fallen apart, and I was just venting. So I remember one day just venting. Emotions are like a pregnancy. I remember just crying and venting, not caring what anyone will think about me.
Wow.
And I remember venting. And that's when I started speaking. It's only when I vented, I felt,
You gotta breathe.
because I had carried it for a long time. I'd carried it for a long time and it was choking me. I was a bitter woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very bitter. So it's only after I then just vented. So I was 28. So that was 15 years later.
Wow.
Mm.
Wow. And there's so many ladies and men because this story of from being in a chokehold with pain and then God delivering you that are triumphant in it is also for men. And then so many people watching us tonight that you feel that your story is so horrible and you rather hide it because it's so shameful. But until we confront it and we accept that it happened to us, we can never heal because healing starts there.
Absolutely.
Healing starts when you say,
That's when
"Oh
mine
yes,
started.
yes, this happened to me.
Mhm.
Yes, it hurt. Yes, I can cry.
Mhm.
Yes, this really happened to me."
Mm.
And many people ask this question, Doc, that how did God allow this to happen to me? I
Mm.
was only 30.
Mm.
Could men degrade me in such a way? But unfortunately, in your case was rape, but there are others of all kinds of stuff happening out there that people will ask, why did God allow this to happen to me?
Mm.
Did you come to see purpose in what once caused you severe pain, as you said, that you felt like a dog?
Mm. Wow. So you know what? Venting, because remember what I said earlier on, emotions are like a pregnancy.
Yeah.
So I was pregnant with emotion. So one day I said, you know what? Let me just share what I felt, my story, because I had reached a point of really hating him with a passion. But I thank God for restraining me from not doing anything that I would have regretted.
Yes.
So I remember this other day I was in prayer. So now this was now during COVID. So we had a lockdown in Zimbabwe and we were not allowed to go anywhere. So I was just home every time. Remember, because of the pain and the emotional pregnancy, I was just going everywhere. I was everywhere, trying to mask the pain, but I didn't know. So now I was confronted with myself. I had to spend every day with
Listen.
Natalie for
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
So I love writing. I ended up
Yeah.
writing a lot and typing a lot.
Yeah.
And one day I realized, you know what? It's not this guy's fault. I ended up understanding his background and everything, spiritual realities, because I was now spending more time with God.
Mhm.
Then I wrote down on Facebook, I'm not advising people to do this, but for me, that's what I did. I just wrote down about that breakup and the 5 stages of grief that I went through.
Wow.
That post went quite viral.
Wow.
It had over 100 shares, over 200 shares, and my inbox was flooded with stories from women who were sharing how they're going through their grief, just relating
Yeah.
and asking for help. How did you do that? How did you forgive?
Yeah.
How did you come to understand somebody who hurt you so much like this? You know? And how are you praying for him? Saying, no, I'm praying that you what. Are you really sincere? I was like, I'm very sincere. So when I started helping those women, that's when I really, really discovered my real call, that I'm called for the broken, because the Lord told me, these are the people I've called you for. I've called you for the rejected. I've called you for the abandoned. I've called you for the broken. Embrace them.
Yeah.
Share your story. Encourage them. I'll give you utterance and I'll equip you with skill. So it's only then now. Those women were like, can you set up a WhatsApp group for us to pray
Yeah.
where you
Yeah.
can teach us how to
Yeah.
forgive, how to pray,
Yeah.
how to pick ourselves up again?
Wow.
And I had that's when I started the Christian Women International Fellowship, though it started as a forum, but it progressed. And most of the women there were women who were broken. Some are still broken and they are on their journey to healing. So I always say a wise woman knows how to use her pain, how to turn your pain into power and purpose
Yeah.
because of that
Wow.
experience.
Wow. I was sharing with a group of ladies this morning, and I
Mhm.
said, healing is something that you must decide, must be intentional.
Mhm.
You must decide to heal.
Mhm.
Because indeed, we have a valid reason of the pain, the
Mhm.
heartbreak, the hurt, abuse, and all these things that happen to us. And again, this is not only for women, it's for all gender.
Mhm.
This is not only women are broken. The
Mhm.
only difference is women, we are more emotional and we will talk
Mm.
more and we will express and we want a platform for us to vent and stuff like that. And the men tend to, which is not good,
Internalize.
internalize, and that's more dangerous, when
Mm.
you internalize it. But
Mhm.
healing
Mhm.
must be a choice.
Mhm.
And healing is not instant, it's a
Mhm.
process. So,
Mhm.
Natalie, tell us, what did that process look like for your emotional and spiritual healing?
Mm. Wow. The process, I would say, required a lot of vulnerability with God.
Yeah.
Because I'd reached rock bottom, I reached out to God and I just started to unpack. That's when I realized actually I didn't know myself beyond makeup. I'd not looked at myself without makeup.
Wow. Wow.
I'm telling you. So I went before God and I unpacked. I was vulnerable. I was scared of Him. I served Him because I'd been serving Him for about 8, 9 years, 10, or even, yeah, 10 years before that. But I had never been vulnerable with Him. I'd never really spoken about my pain with Him. So the Bible says the Holy Spirit will teach you all things.
Yeah.
He started to teach me things about myself, helping me understand my pain, helping me understand how and why He allowed what I went through. He clearly told me it's not Him who caused the mishaps and everything, but He clearly told me that it's Him who allowed it. He allowed it for a purpose. And some of the terrible things that I had done in the world, He told me that He allowed me to, because He allowed it to, maybe for me to be a spy, in those areas. So it the process looked more of a looked like process of vulnerability and total reliance on God. And that's when, and the Lord brought people in my life. I befriended somebody, he's a DJ in Zimbabwe and is a mental health expert. His name is Tony Friday, very popular, very good man. And he introduced me to his friend, Louis Ngoro. And they were talking about mental health. And I'd never heard about mental health. And they were saying, you see, your mental health is important. Because I was like, what's this thing you keep saying? Your mental health is important.
Yeah.
What is it about? And it made me dig deep.
Yeah.
That's how I became very aware of mental health, and I became a mental health advocate and a holistic wellness advocate because I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is what the world needs. So even up to now, if you hear me preaching, you will hear the word mental health. I cannot leave it. So anyway, the journey just was more of total reliance on God, trust and walking by God, walking with God step by step, fully relying on Him because I couldn't rely on myself anymore. I couldn't rely on my judgment anymore. I couldn't rely on anybody anymore. I couldn't trust anybody anymore. It was total reliance on God.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And I love what you said there, Natalie, because in my journey, the reason I started breaking the cycle
Mhm.
and healing from trauma
Mhm.
and bring awareness on St. Martin that our mental health is important and identifying what caused us to be who we are, why we think this way, how we feel this way, why we do look at ourselves in certain way.
Mhm.
And in that journey, I realized that I too, I too had a lot of self-reflection to do. And in my journey of healing, and this is for someone because all of our journey is different because we all have a story, different story.
Mhm.
We all came from different culture background. Tonight we are talking about Natalie from all the way from Africa, from Zimbabwe, and we are here in the island of St. Martin. And you that are viewing us via the TV 15 platform, you can be viewing us from Canada, the US, the Caribbean, anywhere in the region. What is important is to understand that we all have a story and we all have a past. And some of our past and story has severe pain. And we almost find time to confront and digest and understand what it is. But I always tell people this, that Natalie, and I'm quite sure you can agree with me that it is impossible. It's impossible to heal without finding God. It is
Impossible.
impossible to find your purpose
Oh,
without finding God.
God. Mm.
No one can find himself before finding God.
God. Absolutely.
Agree with me.
Absolutely. Nobody can. And healing begins the moment you surrender your pain to God. But you cannot surrender your pain to somebody you don't know.
Wow, this is good.
You can't surrender to somebody you don't trust. So your healing begins with knowledge about who God is.
Yeah.
And understanding Him for who He is, that He is love, that He does not judge. He is not going to strike me to say, okay, you've brought yourself in, you're under arrest. No, 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 no. He's a loving and concerned Father. So the moment you study Him, you study things about Him and who He is, and you develop a personal relationship with Him. I'm telling you, you will surrender to Him because you now trust Him. And when you trust Him, He will help you make sense of everything. And He will turn your pain into purpose.
Into purpose. That's it.
He will turn it, He will recycle it into purpose. And He will turn it even into your ministry. He will turn it into your talk show. He will turn it into your book.
That's it.
He will turn it into your business. He will turn it into your international invites.
Yeah.
But some of us, why we're stuck in our shells is because we are not surrendering to God.
No.
We're not. We're not being vulnerable
No.
with God. We're not enabling and allowing Him to turn our pain into our purpose. Yeah.
And I'm gonna go deeper there because I mean, you and I, we coach, we mentor so much women, and many feel so I will use the word entitled,
Right.
entitled to hold on to that pain, what broke them, what hurt them. And it's hard for them to let go.
Mhm.
See, many women
Oof.
start the journey of healing, going the self-awareness and
Mm.
understanding and reaching to God, but they stop along the way because it starts to hurt.
Mhm.
Because the moment we have to really confront what really broke us, it means we have to relive some stuff.
That's true.
We have to see it happening.
Mhm.
And many don't want that pain. That's one.
Mhm.
And then the second part is many believe that you can do a 1, 2, 3 steps and jump 7 times, or you, I don't know, drink a pill and all kinds of stuff, and then your heart will be made whole. We just finished the Global Women Conference with the team Mending the Broken Heart. And many women believe that they can heal themselves.
No.
They can fix themselves. The more we try to fix ourselves,
The more we become bitter because we're reliving the moment.
yeah,
It shouldn't be like that. And it doesn't have to be like that.
please tell them.
What we need to do is to really confront our demons.
Yeah, yeah,
We all have demons that attack us.
that's right.
And being attacked doesn't make you any less of a person or any less of a believer. The Bible says in Psalm 134, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all.
Yeah.
So many are the afflictions of even those who know God, the righteous of God. So there is nothing shameful, even if you're a pastor, even if you're a leader, even if you're a coach, even if you're a mentor, there is nothing shameful about speaking about your arrows, the afflictions, because even the Bible acknowledges that many are the afflictions of the righteous. But what we need to do is we need to, number one, confront. Number two, find somebody. This thing of, no, I'm alone, I do my life alone. It's hard. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work because the moment you're trying to heal, you're forced, like you said, you're forced to confront and relive the moments. You're forced to see, okay, how did it happen? How you want to also be accountable. How did I contribute to this?
Yes.
Okay. How then did this happen? What could I have done better? Okay, if I'm confronted with this next time, what am I supposed to then do? So you're forced to relive the moment. So I would sincerely encourage people to normalize therapy. Normalize speaking to a qualified therapist. Normalize speaking even to your pastors. Normalize speaking to somebody who cares. Just speak. Sometimes they don't even need to give you advice. Just speak.
Just listen.
As you're speaking and unpacking and venting, you'll be answering yourself. So go and find somebody trustworthy. If you don't know anybody trustworthy, I'm sure Dr. Ann is going to put her phone number at the end of this broadcast. Reach out to her, visit her church, do something.
Don't
Speak
stay
to
there.
somebody. Don't hide. Don't bottle in your emotions. You will.
Why do you think it's easier for someone to hold it, bottle it up? Why do? Because both of us are certified mental health coach.
Yes.
Why do you think, Natalie, that especially ladies, actually men too, well, human beings, yes,
Human beings.
yeah, choose to just hold it, not trusting, not letting go? Because there's someone listening to us tonight that will say, I won't trust no one because the last time when I trusted, the last time when I spoke, it got even worse. So everybody talking and then they went and spread. All those things that happen that make people find trusting so dangerous. How can you start the journey of, okay, I need to trust someone. I need to reach out. I need to live. How do we encourage someone to make that step?
It's hard, I won't lie. Trusting is hard, especially if you've got trust issues like myself. It's very hard, but you need to reach a point where you understand that when God wants to bless you, He brings you people. Sometimes also when God wants to hear you and show you love, He brings you people.
It's about human.
So that, it's high time, especially if you're watching this show. It's not by chance. If you're watching this show, this is your sign that you need to open up
Yeah.
because I believe not everybody's going to listen to this broadcast, but the ones that God has ordained to listen to
That's
this broadcast will listen to it. So this is your sign
Mm-hmm.
to open up.
Mm-hmm.
I know you have trust issues. Yes, don't be too trusting. Be vigilant.
Yeah.
We are in perilous times.
Mm-hmm.
Some people make money out of your pain.
Yeah.
Some people drink tea over your pain.
That's right.
You see, but find somebody qualified. Find a therapist that you can speak with, that you can be vulnerable with. They are trained.
Mm-hmm.
They have proper work ethics. They're not there to be making money and gaining a following with your issue,
Mm-hmm.
with your story. Speak to them.
Yeah.
You need it.
Yeah. I always tell people that, especially the young people, find someone that you can see a track record from
Mm-hmm.
brokenness,
Mm-hmm.
and they did something,
Yes,
something, and now they're healed.
exactly.
Go and
Exactly.
find out what is this.
If you go to Mr. Perfect or Miss Perfect,
You
for real.
because they won't understand your story. Find someone that has some similarity with your pain. You
Yes,
heard what you've been through. It helps.
it really helps.
You
You
know,
know.
what I did in my journey, and I tell my daughters this all the time. I used to look at or follow people that are similar in my journey
Uh-huh.
of Joyce Myers
Right.
in my beginning, early stage.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Mhm.
Because a lot of stuff she'd been through, been through.
Yes.
So if Joyce Myers could have healed,
Uh-huh.
read what she did and stuff and follow her. And that's how I started. Okay, yes. Oh, I need to find God. Oh, I need to confess myself. Oh, I need to, and
Yes.
start to follow those steps.
And when they're speaking, you know it's not coming from a point of judgment.
Yeah. Yeah.
When they're teaching, you know it's not coming
Yeah.
from a point of, oh, I'm perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do better.
Yeah.
No. Even if they rebuke you,
Mhm.
you know it's coming from a good place.
Yeah.
But if you
That's
go
right.
to somebody who doesn't also relate with your story,
Yeah.
that's why personally, I heard another speaker on this show saying, another guest on this show saying, I can't trust somebody without, was it a past or something,
Okay.
with
With scars.
scars. Personally, I can't. And I can never open up.
Yeah.
Personally,
Yeah.
I can never open up to a woman or a man who has no scars. Their scars will tell me what they are carrying and
Yeah.
what they've been through, what they have healed from,
Yeah.
and the experience and the wisdom,
That's
and that makes me able to open up.
That's right. That's right.
Mm.
And this is my scars, Natalie, is
Mhm.
helping me in the prison ministry.
Oh,
Because every
yeah.
time I go to both the adult and the youth prison, we've been there.
Yes.
When we start telling them that, hey, listen, let's be real right now.
Mhm.
I've been in prison. Yeah. I've been here. I know how it feels like
Mhm.
behind bars. And they guard, the walls, they fall automatically. Like, huh? You're not. Yeah.
Allowed you here?
So reason come back in here.
Yeah.
Because I feel what I
See
felt what you
you're
are feeling.
feeling.
So stars are so important.
Very.
And that's why I have this also the mission on the island, which is from stars
The
to stars.
stars. Great job.
Our scars now gave us our purpose. This is very important.
Mhm.
I'm gonna switch a bit because this I help many people
Mhm.
um stop looking at the pain per se
Mhm.
or the past and what they've been through and
Mhm.
start to look forward, moving forward.
Mhm.
I always talk about legacy.
Oof.
I always bring up the word legacy because
Mhm.
when I start talking about legacy,
Mhm.
it helps them understand that, okay, I'm
Mhm.
here now. That's it for me now. It hurts now. The pain is here now.
Mhm.
What you've been through, what I've been through.
Mhm.
But until you understand that our legacy, our purpose, our next generation is waiting. It
Mhm.
will give you the power to move forward.
Ooh.
It's kind of like holding you accountable. Yeah.
Yes.
Do you agree with me?
Totally. Absolutely. And you just reminded me something I was telling an aunt of mine. I was saying one thing I love about God is he doesn't cover up. He uses the real life stories.
Mm-hmm.
Check from Genesis. He will tell us the mistakes of Sarah, the mother of nations.
Yeah.
the mistakes of Abraham,
That's right.
the
That's right.
father of nations,
That's right.
all of these things, Moses, one of the greatest prophets, Jeremiah. The Lord doesn't sugarcoat anything. Why do you think He did that? So that we also learn. God allowed those stories to be out there so that we also learn and understand His mercy, His grace, and everything. And now, talking about legacy, it's now the legacy that these men of old, these patriarchs, that they left a legacy.
Yeah.
Even Paul spoke about his thorn in the flesh, and to the Corinthians, he spoke about his thorn in the flesh.
Mhm.
He spoke about how it was not even removed. He spoke about in the Bible, the Lord even showed us how He persecuted the church, everything. That's a legacy.
Yeah.
We've got something to look at and say, if Paul, if this could happen to Paul, if God could use Paul, Saul, what more of me?
Yeah.
So our stories should be the legacy. Let's not sugarcoat things, especially leaders and pastors. We want to appear perfect.
Mm.
We don't know what the real ministry is.
Mhm.
Do you know that? Look, the real ministry, I see it when I move with you. I see it when I go to a place. The moment I speak about my story, people relax
Yes.
and I get the fullest attention. But when I go there and I'm still talking like I'm perfect, and they're like, this is Prophetess Dr. Natalie, they're like, okay, wow, let's see what she has. And they're like, but the moment I am vulnerable,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
So
They
that's
can
the
relate.
legacy. So they can relate.
Yeah.
You see, so true ministration, true impact, true influence comes from being vulnerable.
Yeah.
That's when we leave a legacy. The real us.
Yeah.
Let's not leave a fake
Yeah.
legacy, an artificial legacy. Let's leave a lasting, impactful legacy,
Yeah.
a real legacy.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's powerful, and I think that I know that that's what makes my ministry different.
Yeah, I've
I do get people
noticed.
question that, oh, why are you so vulnerable? Why you talk about your past? Why you, hey, because those are my scars and the reason why I do the things I do today,
Don't stop.
and why I can connect to people
Mm-hmm.
and help transform lives.
Lives, yeah.
Yep. But Natalie, I want us to go a little more deeper because we start to talk about healing, we
Mm-hmm.
talk about legacy, we talk about revealing and being open and going to God and really vent out and talk about the things that we never spoke about.
Mm-hmm.
Never spoke about.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love this show
Mm-hmm.
because we talk about what we call the taboo, things people don't talk about.
Oh, yeah.
The shame. Oh,
Yeah.
but I want to talk about forgiveness and
Mm-hmm.
healing.
Mm-hmm.
Forgiveness, meaning forgiving someone,
Mm-hmm.
and healing.
Mm-hmm.
Forgiveness is one of the hardest things
Mm-hmm.
to
To
do.
do. Absolutely.
And I believe forgiveness has a lot to do with,
Healing.
go ahead.
Absolutely. Yeah, forgiveness is crucial.
Mhm.
Very crucial. And I'll say it's probably one of the very first or primary steps to your healing.
Oh, oof.
Number one, yes, it's confronting and being aware of your demons and what broke you and things like that. Number two, yes, having a relationship with God and being vulnerable with Him. But forgiveness comes in the top three. Why? Because what forgiveness does is, yes, it doesn't negate or disqualify what happened to
No.
you. You see, but what it does is it sets you free from the chains.
Yes.
You see, and I always say, do you know, unforgiveness brings a soul tie. The Lord revealed this to me, Doc. The Lord told me the moment you keep holding on to somebody, you're tying them emotionally to yourself.
Wow.
So when you tie them to yourself, which part of self are you tying them to? Your soul, your emotions, right?
Mhm.
It's a soul tie.
Yeah.
So some of us are now those people that we are holding on to. If you are unforgiving and you have a grudge with that witch in your life, with that auntie, that grandmother who bewitched you,
Mhm.
guess what? You're tying them to your soul.
Yeah.
And that's a soul tie. You are one with them.
Yeah.
You will start exhibiting witchcraft traits. That's how you start going to witch doctors to say, you know what? That other person hurt me. I now want to do this. I want to do this. You're now manifesting the qualities of a witch.
Yeah.
And the qualities of a murderer. You didn't forgive. It still holds them accountable. Yes, they murdered you. They wronged you. You understand? You're not saying, no, it's okay, I'm forgiving because they didn't do anything. But you are just simply setting yourself free from their chains. So forgiveness is really, really, really crucial. Really crucial.
And you become them.
You become them.
become exactly what they did to you.
You did it.
and but then also we have the forgiveness of letting people go,
Mhm.
letting them go so that that soul tie can be caught, so you can breathe. Because every time you see them pass, you hear their name, it's like.
But you know how I forgive personally? People used to say I'm too forgiving. I think let me also share with you this, and share with the viewer and the viewers this. I'm one person who struggled with forgiveness. Yeah. But the moment I learned about mental health, especially systemic counseling, I was now going back to people's genealogies and stuff like that. And I then realized the importance of studying somebody. Number one. Number two, when I understood that we are all a product of our environments, we've got a lot of different psychodynamics, emotional dynamics, different dynamics. I then realized, this person probably behaved the best way they knew how. So I end up extending a lot of mercy to people. I appear like I'm a walkover. When I see somebody frustrated and they shout at me, I used to take things personally, but now I become empathetic to say, oh God, what are they going through? Why are they frustrated today? I don't take offense anymore. I have tried and I've learned to understand people. So if you want to forgive, my best bet, I would say, study the person's upbringing. Study their character. Who raised them? You'll be surprised. You reaching out to them and saying, "Are you okay? You must be going through a lot." Yeah.
We wanted to talk so much. I actually wanted to ask you before closing, but our time is up. I wanted to ask you very quickly, in just one sentence quickly, what is breaking the cycle? What it means to you?
Breaking the cycle to me means saying, I refuse to enable what happened.
Clock it.
You taught me this, huh? And you go, Shava.
I love that. I love it. Viewers, thank you for allowing us in your space, for watching us. Share this video. Let someone know that tonight we spoke about deep scars. Every scars tell a story, not of pain, but of survival. Thank you, Prophetess Natalie, for being here in the studio for us and for reminding us that God never wastes pain. He turns trauma into testimony and wounds into wisdom. Every viewer, your story isn't over. It is a beginning of rewriting a new story. Until next time, keep standing, keep healing, keep breaking the cycle.